What's your process for getting that idea out there and testing it?
Yeah, and this is definitely something that I learned over time. And you know, if I were to start another company, maybe I will someday in the future. This is definitely the first step that I take that I was not wise enough to do when I started Ichosia. But the best thing that you can do, and it's great too because it's free in general, is going out and talking to your potential customers that you think you'd be selling to, or other industry players, whether that's, you know, partners, suppliers, even competitors are great to talk to, especially if they don't know that you're a competitor yet. They'll tell you a lot of things. And you can, by doing these interviews, you can get a lot of understanding about, all right, is my idea, will anyone care if I build it? And then sort of, you know, how can it fit into the market? And if it's not a market idea, you know, maybe it's something like a podcast, you're not planning to sell it. But will anyone listen to it? Will anyone care what we're talking about? That sort of thing. And yeah, so, you know, just I went out and I did all this like cold email, because at this point I'm like 18, so I don't have a network yet, right? I don't know anyone, so it's just a lot of cold emailing, a lot of cold calling, and people respond. It's a numbers game. Eventually you get enough people to respond. If you go out and you talk to them, even though it's weird, right? You say, yeah, I'm this 18-year-old and I have this idea and I'd like to talk to you about it. And they're like a physician and they're busy, right? So it's weird, honestly, but they will talk to you, and you can get a much better understanding of not. And I think it's not only is this a good idea or a bad idea. It's not that polar. It's also, how will this idea manifest itself when I'm trying to build it, when I'm trying to get it into market. So yeah, a lot of conversations. And then after that, then I sort of go into, well, maybe in parallel, we do a lot of feasibility analysis, you know, like, is the science there? At this point, maybe all the science is theoretical, but doesn't make sense. Say we've finished these first couple of experiments that we've planned. Is there a path to get from that point through clinicals, and going through a really deep dive on feasibility? And so actually when we first started, for I guess probably the first 2 years, all of our research was theoretical, but we had our experiments planned, you know, to the day for several months at a time, which is really useful, because when we're writing grants or going to business competitions or whatever it is, or just talking to people about our ideas, we're saying, yeah, you know, we have everything figured out. We have our market analysis done. We have all these people in industry telling us it's a great idea. They'd love to see it. We have all the research planned out with great detail. The only thing that's holding us back now is money. So please give me your money.
Right.
So yeah, I think those are the main steps.